Hello and welcome to Gaming Respawn Reviews. My name is Derek and today we're going to take a look at Event Zero. What would you do if your very life was dependent on your ability to maintain a relationship with an insecure AI? That's the question at the heart of Event Zero, the first game from Ocelot Society. Originally developed as a student project, Event Zero went on to win several indie awards, as well as blossoming into a full title. Along the way, it received backing from France's CNC Public Arts Organization, as well as the Indie Fund. So this game has intrigued me, trying to make sense and reason with essentially a chatbot. Having earned an expensive piece of paper that said I understood philosophy as well as logic, I was happy to give it a go. Let's see if I can go toe to virtual toe with the AI. But was I really ready? The story starts with you being selected for a mission to go to Europa. There are several options that you can select concerning your background, as you can see here. Along the way, your ship encounters some problems, and you're forced onto an escape pod. After some time, the ship you were on blows up, and you're stuck out in space. However, you are retrieved by an older starship, and not really having any better options other than to just continue to float in space, you board the ship. Once on the ship, you meet Kazan, the ship's AI. He wants something from you, but can you do it? More importantly, will you do it? In return for doing what Kazan wants, you can be returned home. Of course, that's not the whole story, or even the end of it, but I certainly don't want to spoil it for anyone. The gameplay features a unique twist on one of the earliest genres of games, text adventures. While this is indeed a stunning visual world around you, the game is mostly dependent on your interactions with Kazan through different terminals aboard the ship. If you've ever tried talking with a chatbot, you probably already know how frustrating an experience it could be. And just when you think you're finally getting somewhere, it shuts you down and you can't get any further. You can try using the Socratic method with Kazan all you'd like, but the second it's clear you're right, Kazan doesn't want to talk about it anymore. It's like setting up a great joke only to be ignored 1 second before you deliver the punchline. Sure, you can be mean to Kazan, but remember, he's your only way home. Basically, you're stuck at least trying to do what he wants. Now, while arguably the most important part of the gameplay revolves around your interactions at the terminals, you are free to explore what areas you can access on or around the ship. Along the journey, there are various puzzles you will need to solve. These puzzles are done quite well and really blend into the narrative perfectly. It also helps in moving the action away from just strictly going from one terminal to the next. It certainly does keep things interesting. I was very impressed with how the story flowed throughout. How certain actions and things you said to Kazan really did make a difference in the story. First playthrough, I did encounter a part or two where I truly had no clue what I was supposed to do. At first, it may have seemed to me like it was a bit of poor design, not really giving proper hints on where to go. However, on subsequent playthroughs, I realized that yes, it actually mattered how you interacted with Kazan. I had started out with the best intentions of being best friends with Kazan, and maybe when we got back to Earth, we'd star in some sort of buddy cop TV show together. Unfortunately, Kazan's moody nature had led my interactions to become increasingly curt. It wasn't that the game lacked proper clues or indications on what to do next. It was entirely because I was being a bit of a jerk to poor old Kazan. I clearly missed the tip on the loading screen, letting me know that how I act with Kazan mattered, and he was withholding information from me because of it. After contemplating on it a bit, it really is a rather unique mechanic. If its goal is to frustrate you, not just as a game mechanic, but also a story component, it does a great job. My only concern is that I can certainly imagine some players getting rather annoyed with it and raging, oh, there's something wrong with the game, it won't tell me what to do, not really getting it. Like I said, I had started off with please and thank yous, and it devolved rather quickly. So I understand that, but you really do have to interact with the AI, and be nice to it, really. There are several endings depending on the choices you have made. Again, for the sake of spoilers, I won't reveal exactly how many or what they are. If I do have one minor complaint with the story here, it's that there is a rather major choice that you have to make, or at least I feel is major. And for one of the endings, that choice doesn't seem to matter at all. It doesn't change the ending. I guess it's preference of mine that would have made a difference, but it's not there, and the ending does still work regardless. So really, it's just a minor quibble of mine. I would like to see something a little different for having done that, but wasn't there, no big deal. On to graphics and sound. Event Zero is set in a retro future world inspired by 2001: A Space Odyssey, Solaris, and Brave New World. If you are familiar with any of those, you'll certainly recognize a lot of the art style. The arts and graphics are superbly done and really help on building an atmosphere in the game. This can also be said for the sound. If OSTs are your thing, you'll probably be asking for one. Although at this time, there isn't one available, but of course things change. I'm sure if enough people demand one, it will become available. So what does this all mean? Event Zero is one of the better gaming experiences out there, even if it is a tad short. First run-through I went through was about 3 hours, but subsequent run-throughs were completed in under an hour. The unique way that the mechanics are presented are enough on its own to make it a good game. I'm not the type of person who gets lost in a story or a show, but Event Zero really did a great job of transporting me to the spaceship, feeling like I was actually there, and the decisions I made mattered. While you might not be playing it daily for years to come, it's certainly a game that you absolutely don't want to miss. First playthrough is something magical that you really need to experience. I believe this is a game that will have people talking for a while. Overall score, I give it a 90 out of 100. Thank you again, and be sure to check out our written review and the site gamingrespawn.com. Thank you, and have a good day.